Okay, now that all my parts have been brought in, and you'll notice I have no hidden lines on my front view there. My black part is really complex, so there's no way that I would not have a hidden line on the front view. So you just need to pick whichever one is the best, and also whichever one does not have Jedi mind tricks on the isometric. So that's why I selected this one. If you look at my blue part, my blue piece, this is the reason that we don't just use isometrics, because this one we can't tell how many blocks there are without having the multi-views, and we can see that that piece is actually 5 blocks. Okay. Now once we have all our views brought in, then we need to dimension them, and these need to be fully dimensioned. But as we look at this, we go to Annotate tab, and we need to look at, okay, where do we put these dimensions? Remember, we want to dimension the profile when possible, and put dimensions within views and not cross lines. Again, the basic simple rule is never to mention a hidden line, and make the drawing easy to read. So now as I look at this left to right on this part, I have 2 widths, so I want to make sure I get 2 widths on there. So there's a 0.75, and you can either point at endpoints or you can point at lines. Now notice when I move that up, those dotted lines kind of click into place. That's the ANSI recommended spacing, so that's where that dimension should be placed. Okay. And then how many heights do we have? There are 2 heights and 2 depths. Of course, you can get a dimension just by pointing on the line if it's on the outside. Now my other height is the full height, and I could point at these 2 endpoints. Then I would have lines crossing each other. See what that looks like, and that's okay if it has to be, but really that's one of the reasons we have more views, is to make it easy to read. So really it would be better if I pull that 1.5 across, and then on the depth, let's see, there's 1 depth and there's 2 depths. Okay, so we want to include all the dimensions that are needed, and then when you are done, what you should do is also, there should be like three lines of space, 3 text lines. So if you kind of visualize how big is a text line, 3 lines of space between views. So that means this one could probably come over a little bit more, and it's not hard and fast, but if you're drawing it by hand, a traditional drafting teacher would get out and measure that and take off points if it was wrong. On the computer, you can't measure it, you just have to eyeball it. Don't put things on top of each other, but bring them together. It's really hard to read and have your eyes travel when things are on all 4 corners of the page, so don't do that. Let me undo those couple slides I just made. About right there, that looks pretty good for that sheet. So then you're going to dimension all 5 parts, fully dimensioned.